Well, just when I thought Yuehua at least knew what they were doing with Yena's career, they allowed this to happen. Never could I have foreseen the level of total misfortune Yena's latest comeback, Hate Rodrigo, would attain. Following her previous bangers Smiley and Smartphone and the more R&B influenced bop, Love War, Yena was prime and ready to step back into the scene with a return to her punk rock roots. Now, Smiley is still on repeat for me, and though I liked Smartphone slightly less, I still thought the song was a solid and decent follow-up to her debut. And since I was still on such a nostalgic pop rock high following Idol's pre-release Allergy, I was more than ready for another rock bop to consume my ears. So when the teaser images for Hate Rodrigo started dropping, I just knew that we were going to get more of what I love about her music. Something fun, something quirky, and something catchy. Quintessential K-pop at its best. However, though the teasers look great, showing off Yena's Y2K influenced fashion and styling, the thing that caught most people's attention more was the name of the title track itself. Now, I'm gonna have to repeat myself here, y'all, because I did a video very similar to this one not too long ago. That video was a brief discussion on Yeon's catastrophic debut and all of the ways that her company potentially fucked that era up for her. Luckily, it seems that she's bounced back and is thankfully moving forward in her career. Her performances on Queendom Puzzle have been quite solid so far. So, I wish the best of luck to her there. But the difference between these two situations is that though Yeon's blunder only resulted in her having to change up the title of her song for music show performances and briefly remove the music video, Yena's disastrous comeback season has garnered her some of the worst public scrutiny that I've seen this year so far. And what sucks most about all of this is that the poor woman likely just wanted to dedicate a cute little tribute song to one of her favorite artists and instead has ended up getting dragged from here to hell over it. Now, I'm a casual listener of Yena, mainly because I favor her variety personality just a little bit more than her music. And when they said that she was going solo following the disbandment of IZ*ONE, I was curious to see where this would take her and how she'd pull it off. And for the most part, I think that Yena has managed to carve out her own style. This cute, quirky punk concept that she's managed to build for herself has truly allowed her to stand out from other K-pop female soloists, in my opinion. If she were to decide to do punk rock music for the duration of her career, I wouldn't even be mad at her. But where we went wrong here, just as where Yeon's team went wrong, is involving external factors. Now, Yeon's debut was overshadowed by the name Cherry Coke, a major corporation that I'm sure nearly every person on the planet is aware of. Now, yes, I'm aware that the biggest issue there was how she was forced to change the title of her song to perform in music shows. And though it's really annoying that she had to do that, her company shouldn't have given her a title track with a name that reminds us more of the soda pop than it does of their artists. It was still just a minor blunder that was somewhat salvageable. At this point, everyone has decided how they feel about the song, and we've all moved on to greener pastures. Any embarrassment that might have come from that debut era has chilled, and I doubt that Yeon is dwelling on it anymore. Yena's situation is a bit trickier because either she or her company, and I'm not sure whose ideal it was, decided that it would be a good idea to build her entire comeback around the very popular American singer Olivia Rodrigo. Now, Yena has publicly acknowledged her love for Olivia Rodrigo, and her music is clearly somewhat influenced by Olivia's sound, so it's no surprise that Yena would want to fangirl over her a little. And from what I got from the lyrics, Hate Rodrigo, the song is harmless. It's cute, bubbly, a little tongue-in-cheek, and also seems to express genuine admiration for the singer. With lyrics like, "It's not even a crush," "Seriously, oh my god, you're my star," "I'm not jealous, Rodrigo," it was clear that this song's tone was meant to be more along the lines of, "Damn, that person's great, and I wish I could be more like them." Unfortunately, some people decided to assume, from the title alone, that she was instead shading Olivia. And I get the strong feeling that many of these people claiming this just wanted to create some messy little narrative out of it, to make it seem as though Yena just woke up one day and decided, you know what? I hate Olivia Rodrigo all of a sudden. I'm going to dedicate months of prep work, recording, choreography lessons, and songwriting to shitting all over her. Why? Because I want to. Do y'all get how random that sounds and how odd it would be if that were truly her intention? Do you really think that this woman would risk bad-mouthing another artist for clout? Even if that were so, then how much would she realistically benefit from that? Any crumb of clout she might have gotten from this would be useless in the long run, because to the casual eye, just the title of the song alone has